Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar on Remote Vocational Training Scheme, RVTS as it's called, a unique and flexible training pathway. Okay. This RVTS training scheme is tailored to meet the needs of doctors working in rural, remote, and Aboriginal community controlled health service settings. We'll explore how RVTS works, what training options are available, and how you can leverage this program to build a fulfilling career in general practice and rural generalist medicine. Now, let's look at an overview of the RVTS. It is designed specifically for doctors who are either working in or looking to work in underserved areas of Australia, particularly rural and remote locations. This training pathway is unique in that it allows doctors to remain within their communities throughout their training, making it particularly appealing for those committed to long term practice in rural and remote areas or in Aboriginal community controlled health services. So, through the RVTS, you gain access to high quality training while maintaining continuity in the community you serve. The program offers two main training streams. One is the remote training stream. This is tailored for doctors working in rural and remote areas within the modified Monash model, regions 4 to 7. So, for finding out the location of the practice where you intend to do the training, you need to find out through the Australian Workforce Locator website where that particular place, in which region of the MMM model it falls under. Okay. And then there's the second stream called the AMS stream. This stream is for doctors practicing within the Aboriginal community controlled health services, especially in MMM regions 2 to 7. Okay. So the remote stream from regions 4 to 7 and the AMS stream regions 2 to 7. We also have what is called an RVTS targeted recruitment strategy. Okay, this is a government funded scheme, so they target the recruitment to aim to address the high workforce needs in specific areas by offering targeted support and training. Now, let's look at the applicant guidelines. For each of these streams, there are comprehensive applicant guides available. If you go to the RVTS website, you will see, the comprehensive guidelines or guides which detail about the remote stream and the AMS stream and all the information which is needed. These guides detail all aspects of eligibility and the selection process, ensuring applicants have a clear understanding of the requirements and the commitments involved. You will find guides in downloadable PDF formats on your website, on their website, including the remote stream applicant guide, the AMS stream applicant guide, and the targeted recruitment applicant. Make sure to review the guide that corresponds to your intended stream before applying. So, the eligibility criteria to get into the RVTS for each stream, and what is the critical component for any prospective applicant. Let's look at the practice location first. The remote stream, the practice must be located within, as we said before, MMM 4 to 7 region. Can confirm this, as I told, by the Health Workforce Locator, is provided by the Australian Government Department of Health. It's applicable for all over Australia, including Tasmania. So for the AMS stream, the practice must be an Aboriginal community controlled health service located in MMM 2 to 7 regions. Additionally, it may include specific state or territory health services, which is designated in the table 1 of the guide, AMS stream PDF guide. Okay. So the practice status, regardless of which stream you're applying, the position must involve delivering comprehensive, continuous whole patient medical care that encompasses both individual and family oriented community care. Medical registration, which is required for all streams through the APRA, and the eligible doctors must have one of the following types of registration. It has to be either general registration, provisional registration, or limited registration for the area of need. So moreover, applicants must be under level 3 or 4 supervision as per the Medical Board of Australia guidelines. Note that doctors under levels 2 and 1 are not eligible for the RVTS training program. So it has to be above 2, that is 3 or 4. For those with limited registration, completion of part 1 of the AMC exam is also required. And limited registration should have been granted. Okay, so on or before the July of that year, which is in which you are applying. Okay, so if you are applying to start in January of the next year, so you should have got the limited registration by the July of this year. So the residency status, the RVTS program accepts applications from Australian citizens, permanent residents, and temporary residents. Temporary residents should ensure that they have sufficient time remaining on their visa to complete the training and are expected to provide proof of their application for permanent residence if applicable. Okay? So they will want a proof of your passport and the visa status and any documentation relating to that. So let's talk about the program structure and experience. The training experience with RVTS syllabus is specially structured to address the unique challenges faced by doctors in rural, remote, and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community. This comprehensive curriculum integrates both the RACGP curriculum and the ACRM primary curriculum, enabling doctors to pursue dual fellowship opportunities. So RVTS candidates can either do both the degrees, FRACGP or the FACRM, or one of them. Okay? So the RVTS differs from the AGPT in its model of remote supervision. So through remote supervision, doctors are able to complete their training in one location. This is an invaluable feature for those who have established roots in a community or are committed to provide consistent care in a particular area. AGPT registrars, in contrast, may need to train across multiple practices. They might have to do a particular training in 6 months for 6 months in one practice and the other for 1 year in some place. Okay, like that. So the support and services resources what you get under the training scheme. Let's discuss about that. One of the greatest advantage of RVTS training is the extensive support structure available to registrars. Okay, so this includes remote supervision. Each registrar is paired with an experienced supervisor who provides educational guidance and mentorship. And then there is the cultural education and mentoring. RVTS provides training to ensure cultural safety for registrars, supervisors, and staff, enhancing culturally informed care practices. So, regular webinars and workshops are also conducted. They provide an interactive learning environment for clinical content, and face to face workshops held twice a year offer procedural skill development. Clinical teaching visits allow a supervisor or experienced rural practitioner to observe the registrar's consultations directly or via telehealth to provide constructive feedback. So the clinician will, your educating, your supervisor will come to your practice and they will sit in a corner and they will observe you doing your presentation or consultations. And they will give you feedback as needed after the patient has left the room. In addition to these resources, RVTS offers a library of self-directed e-learning modules as well as dedicated support from medical educators and cultural mentors. So, frequently asked questions, let's talk about these. So, what fellowships can be achieved? So, you can achieve both ACRM or RACGP fellowships, depending if you have the time and energy to do them both, or even one of them. Okay? You can choose either or one or both. So how many positions are available? The remote stream funds about 22 to 26 doctors per year, while the AMA stream supports about 10 doctors annually. These positions may be allocated through the targeted recruitment strategy based on areas of high medical workforce need. And if you need, do you need to relocate? No. A significant benefit of the RVTS program is the ability to train without relocation. So once you're enrolled, you can stay in one place, thus creating stability for yourself, your family, and the community. So, can you apply for this RVTS scheme if you already have a fellowship? So, you don't need to have any more fellowships if you have ACRM or AGPT, sorry, RACGP, because RVTS is designed for you to gain a fellowship in those areas. If you already have one, they will say no. What if I am, so what if you're unsuccessful in the selection? So, if you're unsuccessful, you are able to reapply in subsequent intakes. It is a competitive application process. Okay, they I think have instituted the situational judgment test. Okay, so you have to remember that the application is quite competitive. The numbers are usually around 1:4. For instance, if unsuccessful in the January intake, a relocation in July intake is possible. So the application process and documentation to be sure to complete the online application within the selection window. Make sure that you upload the necessary documentation, which includes a CV, current CV, letter of support from the current practice. Must include details of your employment duration, hours worked, and the nature of duties performed. Indirectly, it is a job description. Then your proof of residency or citizenship, example, birth certificate, citizenship certificate, or a passport. And you also need to give them a passport size photograph. Any additional required documentation, they will let you know. But these include usually some statutory declarations, evidence of medical registration, and proof of level 3 or 4 supervision as applicable. And make sure these required documents are correctly formatted and submitted by the application deadline. As any incomplete applications, will be rejected and they will not be accepted. So, for some closing remarks, the RVTS program provides an exceptional opportunity for doctors dedicated to serve rural, remote, and indigenous communities, offering comprehensive training support and the ability to build a long-term career in those underserved areas. So we personally encourage you to thoroughly review the relevant applicant guidelines for the guides and consider the unique benefits of each stream. And you can reach out to us or to the RACGP or the RVTS with any questions you may have. Thank you for joining this session, and we look forward to supporting you on your journey to the fellowship. And GP Institute wishes you the best of luck. Okay. And now we'll take any questions. We'll stop the recording for now.